Good evening. Welcome to the Farmington Elks number 1986 for our King of Diamond Drawing 2.0, week number 23. So we've been going at this for quite a while now. Let's talk about what's gone on over the last week. Last week's winner was Donna Drew. And Donna's the wife of Craig Drew, who is a member here. And I asked Craig if he gave his wife the money, and he said yes, and she stuck it right in her pocket. Just so you know. And she won $50 because she got the ace. And the way this works, if you remember right, is if you're drawn, you get $25, but if you get drawn a ace, a 9, an 8, or a 6, which is our lodge number, then it's worth $50. And of course, if you get the King of Diamonds, it's worth millions. I mean, a lot. So this week, as per our fabulous ER, $3,040.50. If behind that card, behind the envelope that gets picked, it's the King of Diamonds. Let's talk about what we did last week. On Saturday, we had our final breakfast of the year. So it was well attended. It was great. I was here, and a lot of other people were here. It was really good. Then on Sunday, we had our St. Patrick's Day we attended for St. Patty's Day. And no green beer, but we had a delicious corned beef dinner and sandwiches, and that was great. On Monday, we had our house committee meeting, and our board of trustees meeting. On Wednesday, we had our lodge meeting. Then last night, we had sliders. And some of what we had left over from the corned beef from the St. Patrick's Day, we sold 72 sliders, and that was a record by a long way. So thank you all for attending. It was wonderful. It was great. And then we come to tonight. But let's skip over that real quick. Tomorrow, we are going to be having our officers' initiation and installation. And it's a pretty big event in Elkdom. We all wear tuxedos and all that good stuff. And so it's a big deal. And the other thing we're going to do is directly afterwards, we will have a casino night, and so that's going to be fun. We'll gamble the night away. Wednesday, we will have our trivia night, which the last several weeks has been great fun. And don't forget, the fourth place team always wins a family package of double stuffed Oreos. So please be here. And first place gets $30, and second gets $20, and third gets $10. So anyhow, I'd like to get our PER, Chris Dolby, to come up here and talk about our trip to Arlington.
I've been talking about this every week, so I'm not going to go over it again too much. As I think everyone here knows, our lodge will be visiting Arlington National Cemetery on April 13th, and we have been invited to place a commemorative wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. And we've been collecting funds for that, and basically people just make a donation. You put your name on this flag, we put the flag on the mirror, and then when we go to Arlington, we're going to take all of these flags with us, and we're going to attach them to the bottom of the wreath. We decided to take a gigantic leap into the 21st century, and with the help of one of our members, Doug Mitchell, we now have a way to donate online. This is just an image, but you can go to farmingtonelks.org, and you can hover over this QR code, and that will open up an opportunity for you to donate. And if you do that from home, we're still going to put your name on a flag, and we're going to put it on the mirror or not, but whatever you want. But we will take it with us when we go. We really appreciate the donations that have been coming in. All of our Elks members who are going at their own expense. Our fundraiser is for the wreath and for the videographers who are going to accompany us, so that not only all of our lodge members, but our whole community will have an opportunity to participate by video in our experience while we're there. And so that's what we're raising our funds for, is to be able to take our videographers. So thank you, everybody who's been donating.
Thanks, Chris. Our videographers, our hope is that we're going to make a big film out of it, and we'll have a spotlight and walk on the red carpet, and everybody will be all dressed up in the evening gowns and all that good stuff. So anyhow, it'll be fun. That'll probably be sometime around the 1st of May. A lot of you are aware that we do quite a bit of work with CARES. And I have a great celebrity tonight, and he is going to be our celebrity picker. And I'm going to hand this microphone over to Todd Lippa.
Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. So I'm going to turn. Sorry, folks, I don't usually like to sit, but I have a major foot surgery that I had just a few weeks back. So I thank you for indulging me to be able to sit and talk with all of you. So I'm not really sure what you guys want to ask or if you have any questions, but I just want to let you know that, you here at the Elks, I walked in last night as a guest of part of our BNI, and then I walk in here tonight, and it's great to see so many familiar faces, people that go all the way back to being with my father, to friends I knew in school, to friends that I probably got in trouble with many years ago, and people we see. So stories cost you money. I got a little smarter in my older age. But we also know. Thank you. All righty, here we go. So, CARES is something that was really just a vision just 7 years ago. And many of you have somehow, some way been a big part of that. So as you may know, we bought the old St. Alexander's Church over on Shiawassee between Middlebelt and Inkster Road. And that was a church that I grew up in. And I can remember being a young man, a little boy really, and when my family fell on hard times over on Colgate Street, we'd go up to St. Al's, and good old Dad would make you walk out with a box of food. And probably saved us many, many times, and at other times it was embarrassing because you had to walk out with a box of food to all your friends. So when the opportunity came to buy CARES, a group of us got together and formed a 501c3. And since July of 2017, it has become the CARES Food Pantry. We took what Father Jim started and just expanded it. So today, good, bad, or indifferent, we now serve over 700 families each and every month. We have over 100 to 125 people that come to our AA programs. We have 200 to 250 moms over the month stop in that are moms that belong to WIC. And just in 2020, not the best time to open an adventure, but we did. We opened our market, and we decided that we were going to have a market inside of a food pantry. We were the first in the Midwest to do it. Everything that's purchased in that market, 100% of the proceeds each and every month go back into supporting the Free Family Pantry. So it's a great endeavor for us. Kim Bolson is our manager there. It's a great opportunity for anyone watching tonight, anybody sitting here. If you ever need that little quick run in and get the thing for a dinner at home, or you need a gallon of milk, you can run in and run out pretty quickly there. So I invite any of you to stop at CARES and use our market. And I always want to ask that if you know anybody that is really struggling and needs a little support in a lot of different ways, just have them give us a call at CARES, and we want to lift them up. There's no reason why we shouldn't. So we really appreciate it. You have. The Elks have been very good to us. You've written us a couple of really nice checks. When we put out information for you to be a part of raising food awareness, so we've needed cereal, we've needed hygiene products, we've needed toilet paper, if we put that out, it seems like the Elks just jump in. I know tonight we're even going to take some things that you've collected. So we're looking forward to expanding some of these opportunities. We have 7.5 open acres out of our 10.5, and we want to start doing summer picnics. We've got a brand new garden going to be done by probably sometime mid this year. We'd love to have the Elks and others join us in doing family events. Evenings with families are really important. I think we've gotten away from that. So we could use your help in a lot of those endeavors. Thank you for that question. Any others? Well, you guys are right on top of it. That's what happens when you're an elk. You're on top of everything. Yes.
Tell us a little bit about you personally.
Oh boy, that's a boring story. Good thing you gave me a $20 bill. You know, we were talking to Dave and a couple others. So I was born and raised right here in Farmington Hills over on Colgate Street. I come from a family of 8. There's 4 boys, 4 girls. We lived in a little tiny bungalow. And Farmington Hills was a lifesaver to me. I started delivering newspapers in 1968, right after my mom passed away at the young age of 40. And I was 10 years old, and we were just reminiscing about some of those old stories. You know, but that was where having a paper out, having the knowledge of understanding business, gave me a boost in life. I left home very, very young, and another opportunity that I don't look as a negative, but a positive. I was able to live since about the age of 12 and a half to my years when I finally had my own place. I bounced around to different homes, but they were always in the neighborhood. So I lived with a neighbor, I maybe lived with a family member, but those opportunities taught me that someone will always be there to lift you up. You just can't be afraid not to ask. Before you fall too deep, make sure you ask somebody for help. So, you know, I started out working for the Detroit News in 1968, left there in 1995. Then started to work for the city of Farmington Hills. I raised a program up from there that was started in 1995, went till COVID hit in 2020, and we became the largest after-school program in the entire country for middle-aged school kids. 300 to 350 kids a day would stop in one of our 5 youth centers. Some of you may have your own kids in that program. And then the opportunity became available to buy CARES. And we knew that that was the right. And I can tell you I've done a lot of beautiful things in my life, but I've never seen anything more rewarding than what we're doing right now at CARES. There's so many different facets of it and so many different pieces of it. But what's really great about that is every walk of life can walk in and you see people getting lifted up. But I often wonder who gets the most. The guests that come in, and it's rewarding for them because they walk out with food, or is it those that volunteer that get at a time in their life when you really realize that giving back is more important than getting? So we appreciate the volunteers that come out. We appreciate the people that are lifting others up. And my life has been nothing but an adventure, a lesson, and every day I figure I can learn something new. My faith is very strong. Nancy has to put up with me every single day, so you know I pray for her. And please, if you could add a few prayers, that'd be really nice. She could use them. But you know, we're lucky. We live in a community that supports what we do. We live in a community that I can remember when we left the old Elks, when this property was built, when the Elks building got built, and everybody thought, wow, it's too small. But it doesn't matter how big or small it is. It's the people that make it a club, and you have done just that. You've continued on giving back to the community. And if you look really back in the history, I've always been impressed with the Elks being at every big city event that we've ever had. You're either serving, feeding, helping, giving, from pizza sales to passing out water. And you got to have these clubs. These are important. And I hope one day that more people will become a part of these clubs that are so important. We can't afford to lose any more than we've already lost. So from all of us at CARES to all of you, thanks for having giving hearts. Thanks for caring. And now let's pull a king of heart. No? Oh, king of diamonds. Sorry.
All right, Elks care and Elks share. That's what we say, Todd. So anyhow, you get to pull pull the ticket out and give it to our lovely ER, and let's see who won this week. Wow. So what was her name? Lisa Morell. And she wants the number 9. So who wants it to be the King of Diamonds? Anybody? 5 of spades, and the king lives on. So, Lisa, you will get a $25 prize, and that's it. And, man, how lucky are we? The king lives on. We will have a celebrity picker again next week, and one's lined up for the week after. So, thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Take care.